Matthew Barnett joins me now from Los Angeles. He's the co-founder of the Dream Center, a charity organization that provides resources to communities in need nationwide. And Mr. Barnett, you have certainly seen need right across this country. Tell me how it is different today, because so many of us, we are riveted by these long lines of people who are desperate for food.
You know, Paula, I never dreamed in all my life that I would live in the United States of America and see need like this. To experience at one time 88 days in a row, we were feeding people 11 hours straight, nonstop, for 7 days a week. We've been feeding people 263 days in a row. And the one word I could just say is relentless. The need just has no end. It just never stops. And I think it's forced people like me, who are pastors, out of this hospital here, at the Dream Center. I pastor out of this big hospital where hundreds of people live. But I think it's forced all of us as leaders to be food line workers. I mean, usually we do sermon prep, but now we're down there trying to rally people for one more day to help one more person. And that's just the nature of this relentless need that never ends.
And these are front lines as well that you're manning. Tell us about some of the stories that you hear.
Oh man, there's people that are showing up, and some of them are showing up and literally in cars we've never seen before. I even imagine that they would be in need, and kind of, tucking their head a little bit and embarrassed to receive food. And what we just try to do is celebrate, make it a big party when they come through the line, because it's not just what we give away that matters, it's a spirit of joy. And some people are coming through the line, they're saying, look, I'm coming to get food because I need to survive, but I think the survival I'm getting is the hope and the joy by which people are giving it away. So there's a crisis of food, but there's also a major crisis of hope. People are losing hope every single day. And the most important thing we can do to change the atmosphere of our neighborhood with 45% unemployment is just to keep showing up every single day. And I think that's been the secret of what we've been able to do for 263 straight days in a row, is we earn the right to be heard by staying and not leaving the community in hard times.
Your passion is so inspiring, and then, like you say, you guys are probably just at the beginning of trying to get to some of this need, because it's going to go on for so long. What would you say to people who are now looking at a new government coming into the United States, and what can be done to help? Because one thing we know about this pandemic is it has not touched people equally at all.
Absolutely. It's crazy what's happening. We're seeing a lot of small businesses boarded up everywhere. I drive, I almost cry. Every day when I pull in, I see all the different places of unemployment. And I think the most important thing to do is for the government to look at every type of resource. I mean, and look at every person that's been committed their lives to the community, and really get behind those organizations. I don't think they can contain it in just one centralized system. They're going to have to just look at every single person that's been out there serving and making a difference. I mean, our turkey giveaway, we gave away 1,500 turkeys. It started at 11 o'clock in the morning, the giveaway. Someone just whispered that we're giving away turkeys. At 8 o'clock, we had 200 cars in line. We had to just start 3 hours early. And then we went to sundown. We were going out buying turkeys, sending interns to find 5 over here. We don't want to let anyone down. And I think in 2021, as the new administration takes over, one of the most important things to do is to look for sources that maybe they've never seen before to get behind. A lot of the faith-based organizations, churches are being remodeled now, in the sense of they're not living for Sunday mornings anymore. They're living from Monday through Sunday. So in some ways, it's been a good thing for the church, because it's taught us to think outside of being a Sunday morning church and being a 24/7. But again, we had 88 days. We were feeding 10,000 people a day for 88 straight days, 11 hours a day.
Yeah, at the services, you're used to feeding the soul. This is feeding the soul, and unfortunately, it has to be a much more concrete way. What is your fear about the need to come? Because look, this is a charitable season in the United States. I'm going to assume that you feel like you can get through to these resources till Christmas. When you see these cases skyrocketing, the fact that the economy is not going to recover until well into next year, if that early, what's your fear about trying to meet the need?
The fear is great, because there's a lack of hope. When there's lack of hope, there's nervousness. And there's these trends that go on where suddenly you'll think that maybe we're through it, and then the cases will go up again. It's almost a news-driven type of situation where when the cases go up, the need goes up. It's almost in direct parallel. And we're not seeing, unfortunately, the cases go down. We're just seeing them go up. And it's terrifying to think, to be honest with you, Paula, we're living one day at a time. We're just saying, maybe we could just make it 24 hours. We used to have game plans for 2 to 3 years down the road what our vision is going to look like. It's now turned into how can we survive 24 more hours. And I'm afraid that's where we're heading as charitable organizations. We're just going to have to believe for 24-hour miracles and dip into our own pockets, do whatever we've got to do, because when you're called to people who are in need, you don't take that time off just because it gets hard. We signed up to be an essential service. We signed up for a difficult moment. And, like so many, we're willing to lay down our lives in order to reach one more person. I think that's the mindset that we're going to have. We can't have to think that we have it all figured out. We're just going to have to go day by day and trust and have faith.
Okay, Pastor Matthew Barnett, we can certainly hear the resolve in your voice. I want to wish you a very happy Thanksgiving, and to anyone watching, it is the Dream Center in Los Angeles, and of course, as we've just shown, the need's so great this Thanksgiving in the United States. Thanks so much.
Well, we got thousands more for turkey meals, so it never ends, but thank you so much for being a voice of change. We appreciate you.